My favorite subjects in high school were mainly English because like that's where I really got to kind of, branch out to more. We learned a lot about like history through literature. We learned a lot about like math and science through literature. And for this year, the classes I'm most excited to take, uh, surprisingly, like the GE classes, excited to like kind of get them out the way. And so those I'm excited to take. And the activities that I most participate or most excited, definitely like doing stuff with like Rotaract. Now that I'm president, we have uh, a different environment, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Different ways we can help online, finding new, you know, relationships with other people through this online learning experience. And finally, I wrote like what education means to me. So for me, education truly is like what brings me, what makes me who I am. And I feel through education we're able to learn a lot about the times we have now. Everything with like the whole police brutality, having a lot of racism involved with the rioting, the protesting, right? The only real way to really show power is through education. And Sonoma State helps me with that. And not only just, education through college, but education through teaching others, education through representing who we are, representing where we come from, right? Just being here alone kind of shows that the world is changing, and thing things aren't normal, and things shouldn't be normal, because this is how it should be. People of color should be coming to college, coming to higher education, should be having more access to jobs, to education. And for me, education really brings that to light. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sama, if you'd like to go.
Thanks for sharing, Gio. That was kind of cool to learn about you more. Um, so I'm Sama. To me, so I'm somebody who like my education is like absolutely like that's what I do. Like if my family like tries to explain who Sama is, she goes to school. Like that's what she does. It's what I've always done. And so I take pride in my education, and I love it. And so um yeah, that's first and foremost. So I'm from Crescent City, California. So I'm about 20 minutes from the Oregon coast on the border. Um, and then I've also lived like all over Northern California. So I've lived like in the Sac area. Obviously I've lived in Sonoma for college, and just kind of all over. I've actually lived like almost 30 different places. So that's kind of an interesting fact about me. The most important people in my life are probably teachers, just because I think that has to do with my education and the fact that I feel so supported by my teachers. And so the one that comes to mind first is, her name is Mrs. Eckert, and she was really there for me junior year when I really just needed a support system. And she basically let me use her classroom as my home. And so every day after school, I would stay in her classroom till at least 5 o'clock doing homework. And I just absolutely like, we built like almost like a mother-daughter relationship. And she let me basically adopt her. And so now we have still a relationship. Like whenever I come home from college, she brings me food, and it's a cool experience. I So my favorite subjects in high school were like, I liked math because it pushed me, but then I got to college and I took calculus and I hated it. But I took econ and I loved it. And so like that's kind of my adjustment of how like I moved through that. And so I think I like econ because it still challenges me in a math way, but it's a math that I understand. Whereas like calculus, I didn't work. um, And so, similar to Geo, I really have always enjoyed like the GE classes that I've taken. And so, I think it's really cool to be able to learn things that are like outside of your realm too. And so, I am an econ major and I'm also a business major. And so, I enjoy those classes. But I think the ones that I super enjoyed throughout college so far have been like my American Multicultural Studies class and classes like that that really teach me about things that I didn't even know that could be taught in the classroom. I thought they were just like opinions, but it really was, it shaped like the way that I think. And so I think I'm really appreciative of those classes. And then finally, the activities that I'm most excited to participate on campus with are my job being a residential advisor. I really enjoy being able to like build that community and really just kind of, it makes me feel like I have a place on campus and that I'm supporting other people. And so I really enjoy that. I think I even enjoy like all the bumps in the roads and the really long nights on call of like writing incident reports and stuff like that. I really just enjoy the challenge. Okay, do you want me to popcorn to somebody, Emily? Yes? Okay, let's popcorn to Carmen.
I had a feeling you were going to pick me. So my name's Carmen and I'm from Daly City, California, obviously, but I usually spend my time in San Francisco. Who's important to me? In mine, obviously it's my family, but like for me, it's kind of different. It's like whoever I surround myself with and they've had like a good impact on my life, like whether it be teachers or like someone on the sidewalk who smiles or like you get to know a new person, like that's who's important to me. What else? Oh, my favorite subjects in high school were always like, in the beginning, I used to hate science, but until I got to high school, I absolutely love science, but more like biology and physiology. Um, what was it? Like excited? What am I excited about for Sonoma? Or, I mean, this is kind of like out of my comfort zone, like to leave home, like to actually leave on campus because I'm shy to a certain extent. But I'm excited for like the new journey and like meeting new people, whether it's on Zoom or not. Like it's still like a new way of learning about others. I think yeah, that's about it.
I mean, just pick somebody else to go. So just
Elizabeth.
Okay, so I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Long Beach, California. Education to me is kind of everything because I feel like with me getting educated, it's like giving back to my parents. Like going to Sonoma is like for me as much, it's like for them as much as it is for me, because we've had like other family members show off, oh, like my kid went here, and like now my parents can say the same thing. So they're the most important people like to me and my family. And then what else? Subjects I liked in high school were like history, because growing up my dad never like let us forget where we came from. Like he always told us to be proud of being Chicanas when other people were like, that's not that cool or whatever. So history, I was able to learn like the textbook perspective of like the Chicano movements and everything. And what I'm expecting to get out of college is just learning how to be more independent, because I've always like had my parents there for me, and just leaving is going to be something new that I'm really excited about. So yeah. Next, Elena.
Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. So my name is Elena and I am from the Bay Area. I love being outdoors. For example, like the shelter in place, I don't know how I pulled through because I'm usually the person that goes on walks or just enjoys like having connections with different people and watching the sunset. So with that, I do think a lot. I usually zone off and I just think about different things. I'm really into art. I'm not the best at it, but I really get excited like just doing it or going to art stores. I love coloring. I have always loved coloring. I have a bunch of coloring books. I have an obsession with tips. I love chips. I know they're not like the healthiest, but I really do love chips. And then I'm not much of a sweet person. I don't really do chocolate, but sometimes I'll crave it, not really. My favorite subject has always been math. However, I don't like graphing or fractions. I don't really like that. But I do like math, and I've been into Grey's Anatomy a lot, which have kind of influenced my thoughts on like science. I think it's really cool like to know about my body, like physiology and biology in general. Um, my major is early childhood education, and that kind of ties into like what I think of education. I want to become a teacher because I want to empower the future generations to come. I think it's super important to have a teacher like that can be there for them. And no, like coming from a low income and parents who are undocumented, I know it's a struggle. So I want to be there for kids that go through the same thing. And lastly, I love Disneyland. I really, really love Disneyland. And yeah, that's me. I popcorn Angelina.
Elena, can you pick somebody else to go?
Yeah, I popcorn Angelina.
Okay, so my name is Angelina, but everyone calls me Lena. And I am the second oldest out of 5, so I have a bigger family. So my family is like really important to me. We are all like super family oriented. Not even just like my household family members, but just like my family in general. We have barbecues like every other weekend. We get together, we have like intense volleyball games because we're all super competitive. I've been playing basketball since I was in 3rd grade, so like the last 10 years. Um, I love to go on hikes, go on walks. I love running. My school never really had like a track team, so I never got into that, but I love running on my own time. Um, I just love being active in general. My mom has always put me in sports ever since I was a little kid, just because it's important for her to keep us out of trouble and stuff. My favorite subject in high school was either history or government because I just found it very interesting, which is usually odd because a lot of people find history boring, but I was just super intrigued by everything. I'm super excited to take classes that are going to help me pursue my career this year or throughout college because I'm very passionate about what I want to do. And I'm just expecting to have a whole bunch of fun and meet new people. And I popcorn Ashley.
Hi, I'm from Watsonville, a small city in Santa Cruz County, which is like 2 hours away from San Francisco. The most important person in my life is my mother because she's a really strong person and she gives me endless support. My favorite subject in high school was science because learning how everything functions and like works together, it like really fascinated me. One thing I'm excited or what I'm looking forward to for Sonoma are joining clubs because I'm really planning on getting involved and joining a lot of different activities. Um, what does education mean to you? Well, education means a lot to me because my ever since I was small, my parents wanted me to like go to university. So yeah, I popcorn Diana.
Do I have to turn my camera on?
It's totally up to you.
Okay. My name is Dayana Singh. I am from San Jose, where I finished high school at Rainier. It was a charter school, much smaller than a regular high school. I turned I turned 18 this year. My favorite subject that I took in high school was AP. It was called APES, so it's environmental school, like environmental science. And my favorite, I really liked it because we got the chance to do hands-on like projects, and getting accepted and getting the opportunity to attend that college at SSU is a good opportunity for me, and that's about it.
Diana, do you want to pick somebody to go next?
Eduardo.
Hello. I'm Eduardo. I am from San Jose. I was born here, never moved out, to be honest. Something that is important to me is family, my blood family. It's because, well, I consider many people family, so I do care about them too. But if I have to say who's the most important one, it's mostly my blood family. We moved like 6 or 7 times. The first were apartments, and then we moved to houses. I do like many sports. Uh, it's all been because of friends. They all helped me actually like sports. And the one sport that my family liked to play together was soccer. Um, let's see. I actually had to teach myself how to ice skate. My friend wanted to help me. Well, he did help me a bit. He gave me like tips, but they didn't work. So I just taught myself. Going to college, what does it mean to me? For me, it means that I get to be independent, have some time and space to myself, because every house I moved to, I would always share my room with my whole family. It would always be us 5. I am the middle child and the only boy in the family. I have 2 sisters, an older and a younger one. And that's it.
Eduardo, do you want to pick somebody else to go next?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he already knows. Christian.
That's twice. Are you kidding me? All right. Hi, my name is Christian Tovar. I was born in Deer Park, California. However, I was raised in Calistoga, California. If you don't know where that is, that's in the Napa Valley. Some information about me is I like to play sports like football, basketball, and baseball. I'm really bad at math, so if you ever need help on math, never ask me. I tend to be a shy person, but at college, I really hope I can change that. I like to work out at the gym, except I need a partner at the gym because usually I get distracted. So what going to Sonoma State means for me is I'm able to prove to my mom and my sister that I am capable of going to college, even when they doubted me at times. And the last thing I want to say is what I hope to get out of college is new social skills, but also to gain even more determination to achieve my goals I have in life. And for my popcorn, I pick Pedro.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pedro. I was born in Mexico and I came to the United States when I was 4. I live in San Rafael right now. My favorite subject was history because I enjoy learning about different cultures and people that help shape this and many other countries. Going to college at Sonoma State means new experiences, new people, and opportunities. The most important people in my life are my parents and my older sister. I love to play, watch basketball. I love to play and watch basketball with my friends. My favorite team is the Warriors. My favorite genre is hip hop, but I am open to listen to other genres. My favorite artists are J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Yeah. Popcorn, Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I lived in Roseville my whole life. At my high school, I was a third generation student, meaning my grandfather, my parents, and my siblings all went there to the high school. some things about me. It like for favorite subject, I took yearbook for 3 years. Like that's where we like the book. Like this was the first book we made. The theme was look again and variance. And then I came up with this year's theme called Roaring Twenties because 2020. I also collect action figures. This is one of my most recent ones. And I also collect pop figures. And this is one of my most recent ones. Spoiler for Endgame. Um, uh, what I'm excited for college is like I hope to find people who I share interest with, and um, uh, most important people to me would probably be my friends because like they're like my second family, and I feel like I can actually talk to them about my problems. So that's pretty much it. Um, I popcorn Vanessa.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Vanessa, and I'm the first one in my family to ever go to college. I'm sitting on my bed because I think it's comfy. But in high school, I was really, really involved in school. I was in 3 clubs, and then I did 2 years of 2 different sports. And my favorite subject in school was child development because I thought it was really interesting how kids like grow up and why they do what they do and all that stuff. So I really liked that class. Um, and education means to me that I will learn to be more independent because I feel like if I have a good education, I can get a good job and I don't have to be constantly relying on other people to get what I want. Um, what else? Um, I think the most important people in my life are probably like obviously like friends and family and stuff, but I think teachers too because they've always been like my biggest role models and like the people that I fall back on when I have trouble in school or when I need help with anything. It doesn't have to be like school subject. They're always just there and they help with everything. Yeah, I think that's about it. Did Elizabeth go already? I'm really bad at keeping track of who went.
Did you pick me?
Yeah.
I already went.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Melanie?
Hi, my name is Melanie, and I was born and raised in Sonoma. I have an obsession with like yerba mate. It's kind of weird. On my free time, I love to take pictures, and I also like to play basketball. The most important people in my life is my family. They just, I don't know, their sacrifice and stuff like that. I just appreciate like what they have done for me. My favorite subject in high school was science. I'm mainly excited to just like meet new people and like branch out and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, that's it. Has Jessica gone?
No. So once again, my name is Jessica. I'm from the Bay Area, specifically Bay Point. I'm a very extroverted, athletic person, so I love to be active, playing soccer, going on hikes, or just enjoying a nice day at the beach. Um, to me, the most important people in my life are my family. I feel like family is everything. They're motivators and to me, the world's biggest supporters. Education to me is valuable. I feel like in life we're given opportunities and it's only up to us to see how far we go with what we're given. Throughout high school, my favorite subjects were English and physiology. Um, Coming to Sonoma makes me feel like I'm a step closer to achieving my goals. You know, it doesn't seem real. Overall, I'm excited to continue this new journey. I'm excited to participate in maybe playing soccer my next year. By the end of my 4 years in Sonoma, you know, I'm expecting to be a better version of myself, you know, being more independent and just having a healthy and focused mindset because I do it for the people I love, which is my family. And I popcorn Alexia.
I'm Alexia. I'm from the Bay Area. Things I like to do is hang out with my friends, go on drives, and play with my dog. I also like going to music concerts and festivals. The most important people in my life are my parents because they support me and motivate me to do my best. Some of my favorite subjects in high school that I took were AP Spanish and AP Psychology because I had like really good teachers and like they made class really interesting. Um, and education to me means being able to have knowledge to be able to help me be successful in life. And it's very important to me because I know that a lot of people are not fortunate enough to be able to get an education, which is why I value it a lot. And I'm really excited to come to Sonoma because I want to meet new people and I want to be able to graduate. And I popcorn Michaela.
Hi, my name is Michaela. I guess one of the most important people in my life would be my sister because we're just always there for each other and we sort of understand each other the most. And one of my favorite subjects in high school would be physio and geometry because geometry because I found it a lot more creative than algebra, and physio because I just like learning about the body and how it works. And then what I'm most excited about Sonoma would be just being in a whole new environment and just being, instead of in Southern California, being Northern California and just learn how to be on my own and see how I'll do during my first year of track. And that's it. Popcorn Sophia.
Hi, my name is Sophia Estrada, and I have been born and raised here in Santa Rosa, which is in Sonoma County. The most important person in my life has to be my mom, just because she has supported me throughout my whole life and has raised me on her own and has made me into the person that I am today. I love watching Netflix, and my favorite show is Grey's Anatomy. I like shopping and hanging out with my friends. My favorite subject in high school was probably English because of the teachers that I had. And I also really enjoyed US history and I thought it was very interesting, and taking art. College at Sonoma State is very important to me because it's probably like the perfect school just because it's local from where I'm at and I wanted to stay local. And I actually visited the campus my junior year of high school and everyone was really nice and helpful. Education to me is getting like a better understanding of life in general and just like getting a higher education to help you succeed in your future, and which is why it's very important for me. And something that I am expecting to get out of college is creating new relationships and getting better knowledge and coming out of my comfort zone. So yeah. I'll popcorn to Jackie.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline Paleo, but I go by Jackie. And a little bit about myself. I was born in Mexico, but I was raised in California. I was brought here at the age of 4, along with my 2 siblings. And coming to America has definitely changed my life for the better because I have encountered so many opportunities along the way that have brought me to where I am now. Like, I can't believe that I am able to say that I'm the first in my family to go to college. And I feel blessed to make my mom proud because she sacrificed everything for my siblings and I. And I think my mom is hands down the most important person in my life. I really do look up to her because she was a single mother that raised her 3 children in America all by herself. Some hobbies I enjoy doing are being in the outdoors and just taking in all the fresh air. I love being physically active and playing sports. Although I'm not the best at them, I still enjoy doing them. And I love spending time by myself as well because I feel like I need it to recharge because I am more of an introvert, so I don't really like spending too much time with others. But lately, I've really been enjoying spending time with my friends and going on adventures. And maybe it's because of this whole quarantine that has had us like stuck at home. But yeah, and also I love roller skating, going on hikes, runs. And fun fact about me, I also know how to play the flute. In high school, some of my favorite subjects were math and physical education. I love math with a passion because that's the only subject that I never get tired of because it challenges me every day and I love a good challenge. I'm definitely looking forward to my math class in college. So coming to college at Sonoma State is significant because I am first generation to attend college, which makes me feel proud to even have the chance to go to a 4-year. I value the opportunity that has been given to me as first generation and low income background student. Education is education is definitely most important to me because I enjoy learning something new every day and being challenged. And I am most excited to participate in clubs and groups at Sonoma State because I want to meet new people and get out of my comfort zone. And I am also expecting to gain experience and long-time friendships in my 4 years of college. And I popcorn Nino. Did Nino already go?
Oh, I haven't gone. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, Nino.
Okay. Hi. Okay. So my name is Ninoska, but everybody calls me Nino. And education is it means a lot to me because ever since as much as I can remember, my mom, she always told me, education is something that nobody can take away from you. And I guess that really stuck to me because since I was that education means a lot to me. And one thing that I love to do is bake. I just love baking. Been obsessed with it since I was little because I remember the first time I baked a cake. My sister is such a picky eater, and she hates like sweets and stuff like that. So I once I baked a cake and she loved it, and just that feeling it gave me because she is one of the most important people to me as well as my parents. So I guess it was just that feeling. But yeah, I'm really excited for Sonoma. The only thing that I'm kind of upset about is that, that we can't really go. But yeah, that's about me. I don't know who I should popcorn to because I feel like everybody has already gone. Hello?
I'll go.
Go for it, Roberto.
Thank you. My name is Roberto. I was born and raised in Sayula, Jalisco. Sayula is known for its cajeta and avocado farming. Now I live in Sonoma. Living in Mexico, I enjoyed helping my father and grandfather garden. And growing up with the influence of agriculture, I developed a great love for nature, which is why I have decided to major in wine business and maybe join the Vesta program. And also having the influence and motivation from my father as a vineyard worker and myself as well has also pushed me to pursue this major. And while my high school experience was great, I loved my science classes. However, I do regret not joining FFA or 4-H, and I don't know who to pick.
I don't think Victoria's gone yet.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Hi, I'm Victoria. I guess an important person to me is my abuelita, my grandma. I love her to death. When I came out to her, she kind of just put all her religious beliefs aside and just accepted me with like open arms, and I really appreciated her for that. I'm the oldest. I have 3 younger siblings, 2, 4, and 9. And so I feel like I kind of have to like watch over them constantly. Education is very important to me. Like I'm a very big procrastinator, but I do enjoy like doing work and then seeing the results of it and just expanding my knowledge. And coming to Sonoma State was really important to me and my family because I just feel like it's a first gen thing where they weren't able to get certain opportunities growing up. So in a way you get to live that for them and just like make life better for you and for them, because I just feel like once I graduate college, I'll be able to provide for them how they provided for me. And yeah, that's about it.
I think Ashley, one of the Ashleys went, but I think there's still an Ashley left, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so hi, my name is Ashley Calderon, and I'm from Santa Ana. And to me, education means opportunities to accomplish my goals and to become something in life that I really enjoy, as well as an opportunity to make my parents proud. And the most important people in my life are my family and my 2 best friends. And I love playing soccer, and I did play for 3 years in high school on the high school team, but I just didn't play my last year because I got injured my 3rd year. And then my favorite subjects in high school were English and history because the teachers that I had really made me enjoy the class and want to keep learning. And going to college at Sonoma State University is a huge opportunity for me. I know it's going to be like away from home, but it is like a huge opportunity, and I think it's going to be a really good experience for me, and it's exciting and nerve-wracking to attend Sonoma University.
And who's left to go? Sam or Gio, do you know who's left on your list? Anybody?
Did Julisha go?
No, I don't think so.
Perfect.
Hi, my name's Julisha. I'm from Petaluma, California, and now I live in Roanoke Park. What I'm looking forward for college is being the first gen student in my family and meeting new people. The most important people in my life are my parents because they immigrated from Mexico to give me a better future, and I just want to pay them back for what they did and hopefully make them proud by attending a 4-year. Who hasn't gone?
That might be it.
Okay.
Is that it on your guys' end? Gio and Sama? You think all your students that are here went?
I think so.
Okay. Junglim, do you want to go?
Okay, I will go.
Okay, my name is Jungnim Che, and I'm teaching math at Sonoma State, and I'm originally from South Korea. Have you guys heard of South Korea? So I was born and raised in Korea, and I went to college in there, and then I majored math education, and I became a math teacher in public middle school. And interesting that I had in the middle school teaching was I taught like a boys classes. So that at the time, the class size was quite big, having about 50 boys only without girls. So that was a lot of energy and then doing a lot of things outside of mathematics as well. And as you probably heard about education in Korea, it was highly valued. So we had lots of pressure but my parents actually balanced it out because they gave me a lot of freedom and then just made me choose my own ways. And after I became a middle school teacher, I was wondering like how it's gonna be like outside of Korea, especially of educating. So I decided to come in here as a grad student. So I got my master's and then doctoral degrees in here, and I taught in North Carolina for a while. And then 5 years ago, I moved into Bay Area. So just a fun fact of me is how many states have I been in America? I've been in 5 states. So I came in Indiana first, and then moved to Georgia and Michigan, North Korea, and finally in California. That's
Great. Okay, so I will introduce myself and then I'm just going to go over the homework for tonight and then we will be done. So I'm from a really teeny tiny town in Connecticut. If any of you have ever seen Gilmore Girls, that's kind of what my town was like. I was raised by a single mom. I didn't ever really think I would leave Connecticut. Most people I knew growing up hadn't gone to college and hadn't really moved away from home. When I was in high school, I decided that I was only going to apply to California colleges, and that's where I ended up. So I ended up moving from Connecticut and went to San Diego State. I'm a first-gen college student as well, like many of you all are, but I never heard that term until I was a professor. That was not a term that was used when I was in college. I didn't even know what it was. After San Diego State, I went and got my master's and PhD at the University of Wisconsin. And honestly, part of the reason I went to graduate school was because, like I think Sama said, like school has always been so important to you, and school was always something I was good at. And I just, to be completely honest, I wasn't ready to be a real person at 21 when I graduated college. Like I didn't want to go work and do the grind. And so I was like, well, okay, I'll just keep going to school, right? I'm good at school. I can do the school thing. And so I ended up getting my master's and PhD at University of Wisconsin, which is where my advisor that I had at San Diego State went. So I kind of followed in his footsteps. I have 3 kids. I have a daughter, Quinn, who's 5, a son named Carson, who is 3, almost 3. He'll be 3 in a couple weeks, and a daughter named Grace, who is 7.5 months old. My husband's a high school special ed teacher. And just some fun facts, I'm a huge Disney Pixar fan. I love the parks and the movies. I really love Broadway musicals. So Hamilton is my jam and has been for the last few years. That's pretty much what I listen to all the time. I love Target. It's my happy place. It's a little less of a happy place now, but it used to be more of my happy place. And my life right now is really my kids. That's kind of my everything right now. Having 3 kids 5 and under is a lot without childcare. And so I'm home a lot and we're hanging out at the house and in the backyard, and that's pretty much all we do lately. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate, a lot of you are stuck at home. And so that's what we've been up to. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me see if I can figure this out because I have 2 monitors hooked up and I don't see what I want to share. Okay, here it is. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is what our homework is. So if you go to the bottom of day 2, you can see the reading and writing homework. So if you click on that. And there is this video from a professor, Dr. Patrick Johnson in American Multicultural Studies, and he talks about the reading that you're doing, which is a talk for teachers, or talk to teachers. This is a Kim Hester Williams, who's an English professor, and she talks about annotation. And then here is your reading for the week. So if you just click on it, it's a PDF and it will download to your computer. And then here is a reading about the basics of essay formatting. And then what you're going to do is you're going to develop notes for a discussion tomorrow. So tomorrow in class tomorrow, what we're going to do is I'm going to break you up into discussion groups, and you're going to talk about some of the key points of the text, important quotes. We're going to kind of talk about why this text is still important this many years later, and what it kind of means to you in terms of your education. A lot of you talked about how important education was to you. And so you will take notes on that, and that's what you're going to turn in for your homework tonight is your notes. And if you handwrite your notes, which is totally fine, just take a picture of it and upload your handwritten notes into the assignment. And see, and we're back here. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Everybody's good? No questions about homework? Anything else? Okay, one more thing I want to talk about. Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so yesterday I missed the one from 12 to 1, and I couldn't find the recording. How would I find the recording to the one I missed?
My guess is they are captioning the recording, so there's a little bit of a delay. So hopefully that will be up soon, and maybe once they're up, your bridge leaders can shoot you a message, or if I see it up, I'll shoot you a message and let you know that it's up there. I think they're captioning all the videos, so I think the delay is just a little bit hours of recording.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
do we have to have our own analysis on our notes? Because I already turned in the assignment because I worked on it last night.
Yeah. So what did you write about? Just your...
I wrote notes, important key points.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, totally fine. Yeah, anything that you want to sort of remember from the reading so that you can then have a discussion about it. That's totally fine.
Okay, so thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. One other thing I want you to start thinking about is on Friday, you have your first essay is due. And so I know it's very early and you have a lot going on and really long days, but you may want to skip ahead and look at the essay prompt that you have to do. It's a 3-page essay that's due on Friday at midnight. And then I'm going to grade it over the weekend and give you feedback by Monday morning, and then you'll have time to revise it. So it's your first full draft. It is a draft, so it's okay if it's not totally perfect. But what you might want to do is kind of skip ahead. I'm just giving you a heads up. We'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, as that is sort of part of your homework, is to sort of start doing that tomorrow. But I just wanted to give you a heads up because I know some of you are kind of skipping ahead and moving forward, that you might want to check out what the essay prompt is, so that you can start thinking about what that essay might look like in your head while you're doing the readings. Any other questions? It was so nice hearing about all of you and getting to know you. I'm sure I can speak for the other staff members. We're so happy to have you here, and you know, it's great to learn about you and learn from where you're from. And it sounds like a lot of you have really amazing families and you come from some great humans. So that's great to hear too. And the education is really important to you. So I'm hoping that you can draw on some of that information for your essay as well. So feel free to reach out to me. I'll have office hours whenever you need them. I can hop on Zoom or hop on a phone call with you. So just let me know if you need anything at all. Shoot me a message either through Canvas or shoot me an email, whatever's easiest. Oh, and one more thing, if you haven't uploaded a picture to Canvas of your profile, if everybody could do that, that would be really, really helpful, because then when Jung Lim and I or Sama or any of us are on, Canvas, we can see your little headshot picture in the discussion, and it's just good to kind of put a face to a name. All right, so now you guys have a break, and Jung Lim is going to take over next. So I'm going to make her host, and she.
I think we are having another room reserved already. So I think after having like about 5 minutes bathroom break, maybe you can go to the Canvas and then click the next timetable. Then you can just get into
You should be in the same room.
Oh, is it the same one?
Yeah, so they're in the same room all morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just made you host so that you could do breakouts or whatever you need to do.
Okay.
But yeah, so go take a break and come back, and you'll have your first math lesson, which sounds like it will be amazing for some of you and a little bit anxiety ridden for other ones. So hopefully Jung Lim can calm some of those nerves about math.
I will do my best. Okay, see you in 5 minutes. Okay, we are still waiting for people coming back. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Great. Okay, so I think I'm going to first ask you about how was your day, first day yesterday? Was good? Okay, just show me a thumbs up if everything was okay. Okay, so did you guys have any questions about the homework that we gave you yesterday? Data collection about your heartbeats and the mood changes. Anybody have questions or the concerns? Okay, everybody's okay? Okay, so if you still have questions or haven't done yet, it's still okay. You have still chance to complete it. So you can complete it sometime today, and then sometime later, probably after 1 p.m., you will have some Google survey, and then they will have some questions about that. You can record those results. Okay, so that was a part of your homework and the data collection that you had yesterday. Okay, so today what we are going to do is continuation of the data collection, but we are just kind of lining up what we just had in the previous session. So let me share the view, screen share, so that you guys can see together with me.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So were we supposed to turn it in because there wasn't like a turn in
There
wasn't anywhere. Oh, okay.
There's no turn in. So you just keep the data that you have, the 3 pulse rate, and then the mood checking. So this afternoon, we will give you the link on the Canvas. I will show you later. And then if you go to that survey link, and then there will be the same exact question, you can just input there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just keep that data with you, and then you will have a chance to submit it later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions that you guys have? No? Okay, so let me share. Maybe, I don't see how I can share. Why don't I? So I don't know, sometimes that the Zoom doesn't actually show you that I want to share. So, okay, so I think I'm gonna just say, so just to remind you that I do not have a setup of office hours, but you can reach me by email or just sending me an email so that I can actually hop on Zoom and then just answer your questions whenever you have it. Okay, so you can email me through Canvas, and then my email also is in the syllabus as well. Okay, so today what we are going to do is basically the get to know each other. So I think the previous session, we had a good chance to getting to know each other, but that was more like introducing ourselves kind of thing, right? But people might wonder about other people's in the summer bridge. So we want to know about other people's by asking same questions, okay? So what are you curious about other people in the summer bridge? Anybody jump in? Do you have any particular things that you're curious about other friends in the summer bridge? Don't be shy. So for example, I hear some of you actually talk about how many siblings you have like brothers and sisters, right? Okay. So maybe you're curious about how many brothers and sisters people have. So that could be a question that you could ask everybody. And then we can actually collect the data about how many siblings that people have who participate in the siblings. So that could be a survey question, right? So in this morning, what we want to do is I'm gonna break it into the small group. So in the group, you guys will come up with some questions that you want to know about other people in the summer bridge, okay? So we actually thought of some model questions, some basic questions that we want to know. So the example would be like, how many siblings do you have, right? Or have you actually been in the Sonoma State campus in person? Does anybody have a chance to visit campus? No, not much, right? So we could ask that question. Or what do you want to plan to study in the college? I hear some of you or most of you guys actually have some plan what you want to study, right? Or another thing would be like how many miles is your home away from Sonoma State, right? So you can answer those kind of questions, just Google that, right? So that's another question. So let me just try one more time whether I can show the screen. Okay, it did work last time, but somehow it didn't work. So let me just put that question in here in the chat. So can you see those model
Share a
questions?
presentation.
Say that again.
It's a thing you're trying to share a presentation on Canvas.
Yeah, when I actually press that, it doesn't actually show the window that I want to share. So I actually prepared Word file, but it doesn't actually pops up. So I don't know what happened.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
try doing a shared desktop. That might work.
Share desktop. I don't even have those choices. I had that before, but this morning somehow I don't see it. Yeah, so that's kind of unexpected thing. I prepared it, but so. Okay, so what's the best way that I can? Okay, so in the chat, I send out those 4 example questions. Okay, and then I'm also sending you the Sonoma State address so that you can actually figure out how many miles is away from your home to campus, right? So those are kind of questions we want to actually ask people so that we can actually have answers from everybody. And then that's gonna actually compose a data set that we want to have, okay? So in the small break room, in the breakout room, what you will do is ask those kind of questions, the model questions, and get to know each other and then get the answers. And also you will come up with about 3 or 4 questions that you might want to ask people. So eventually we are going to make a whole survey and then everybody will answer that questions. Does it make sense to you? Any questions? Okay, so let me make the breakout room so that you will actually have small group and then talk about it. So since we have about 23 people, I think I'm gonna make about 5 rooms so that you have everybody have a chance to talk. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make it 6 rooms. Okay, and you will have about 10 to 15 minutes and then ask about those model questions and also come up with some questions that we will include in the survey. Are you ready? Okay, I'm sending you the breakout room.
Do you want the bridge leaders to go to breakout rooms? We were one, but we have the choice of not going.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to, you can just visit and then just walk around.
Okay.